Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I'm coming back with a little bonus video for you. I did the train advent and I wanted to do something more for an adult. So I've seen these millions of times all over the place, and you can buy them in shops as well. So I'm going to show you, but I've only done mine for the month of December because it's one of these. I've glued this in the bottom. These are the little boxes. You can take them out, spin them round. You've got a number on each. But the only thing is you need 2 number 2s and 2 number 1s. Obviously a 0 then to represent the 10. So on my next one I'm going to show you, I've had to improvise with a number 1 and 2 number 2s because I'd run out of numbers. So, oh there we go, 32, how's that? Let's pop it back in at 25. Because that's the last bit. You could open these up every day and put sweets inside, or a chocolate, or maybe you could squeeze one of them tea cakes in. Oh, I love them. They do open up when I can find where it is. There you go, there you go. They open up both ends actually. So if I show you, and then you can store this away flat if you want, ready for next year. But you can add sweets. You could choose to glue one of these sides down if you wanted, just so one opened. But fill them with sweets every day. If you've got a couple of kids, you could have you could say, well, yours is that side and yours is that side, and then have a little bag of sweets in there, or like I say, some little candies, or whatever you choose. So. It doesn't want to. Yeah, I couldn't find it to open it, and now it doesn't want to. Now it doesn't want to shut. So, you can choose to do these. You'd need 3 of those boxes standing on top to change the month. But I didn't think I was going to get my December all the way across. These are just over ½ an inch, and that is only 4 inches. So whether I manage to get the word December in, I might just leave it like that and put D-E-C for December. And we got it on the 27th and not the 25th. But this will go all the way up to the 31st, obviously. As you can see, you can do it all the way. You don't have to just do it for the first 25 days. You can choose. But like I say, I chose to leave my box and glue that inside. And on this one, I decided just the glimmer paper because I thought it looked really sweet. This time I'm not doing the glitter, I'm doing gold foil with some tartan paper on the top. And then I'm going to do my numbers like this. I've already mounted all my numbers. Like I'm saying, I've run out of 2s. So I have improvised. I'll show you what I've used. So, these are 4, 6, 0. Number 1, I had to use a number 7 and just chop the end off. So I have now got number 2s. And I'll let me show you first on here. These are those. We're going to be using the letters again. So I completely run out. I've still got a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, 8, 9 and a 0. So, do you see what's missing? My commas. And also the hyphens. So I've turned my comma into a 2. And then chopped the little hyphen off at the end to turn it round to keep it straight. So that's just my little improvise. I could have easily just go out and buy another packet of these. So I'm going to remove those 2 little stars and put them up there because they're going next to our December. How cute. You know, Gaynor, I'll always find a way to do something. So simple. So let's pop them to one side. I have got my other 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the number, obviously. And these are cut because the box is 2 by 2. So these are 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. And these are 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And whilst we're here, I might as well just glue it on. and I thought they'd make great little gifts. Can you imagine that in a little cello bag? Maybe some bags of candy and some candy canes with a nice little bow around it. It'd be gorgeous to give somebody as a little gift, or wrap them up and give and do as them as craft fair ideas. So it's just a little bonus video. I'm not gonna use. I'll premiere it, but I won't wait until a nighttime premiere. I'll just put it on in the daytime for you. So you can get that off, believe it or not, with a little rubbing cloth. But there we go. So there's my little squares. You need 6 for each box, obviously. Our boxes are so simple to put together. I will show you in a minute. But first, oh, look at this. I had these ready to do the next box, but I chose to do different this time. So you will need 2 of these, and these measure 8.5 by 7. You'll need one that is 6 1/8 by 7 1/4. You'll need one that is 8 3/4 by 6 1/2, and you'll need one that's 8 3/4 by 2 3/4, and that's to make our box. Let's pop them to one side. Let me get my scoreboard up. Flick this open, and we'll do all the scoring together. So, simple as your box, which is your 7 by 8.5. You're going to score this at 1/2 inch either side, and then you're going to go 2.5 and 4.5. Or you could have just done 1/2 inch, 2.5, 4.5 and 6.5. Now we're going to turn to this side and we're going to score this at 2, 4, 6 and 8. So keep this with the 3 little boxes on this way, because that's the way we're going to cut out after. With this one, this is that long 2 3/4 by 8 3/4. You're going to score this at 2 1/4. Flick it to the side, and you're going to score this right there. Yeah, that's the bottom. And you're going to score this at 2 1/4. I tell you what, let me just flip it over and we'll score it at 1/2 inch. So when I flip it back, I've got my score line. Right, you need to fold this, give it a burnish. Where's my bone folder gone? There. You're going to fold this and burnish it. And what we're going to do now, we need this to come down to there. So what I do is, I stand this upright, push that into there, making sure it's perfectly lined up, squash that down, and then fetch that down. Just like that, because we're going to remove this, and we're going to remove this, and we're going to attach it to this, which we're going to do the same to right now. So, long side, score at 2 1/4, fold, and burnish. We're going to fetch this over, tuck that in, because this is going to get glued down. This is the reinforced bit. And then push that over, making sure they're the same distance, and burnish. Whoops. Right, now which piece? Are we going to attach that to that side? Yeah. So turning it round so your 2 1/4 bit is on that side. We don't need to score that one, do we? Yes, we need to score this now at 2 1/4. So we have scored 2 1/4 and 2 1/4. So you're going to fold this, burnish it down. We're going to cut down there and we're going to cut up there. We're going to mitre and remove that. And we're going to mitre and remove the score line. Whoops, I can't see. That's it. You don't need those bits. And we're just going to burnish our score line. I can see there's still a little bit of score line on there. Just remove that. This is going to get attached on here. This is, I need to cut down them. They're going to get glued inside there. So this stands up. And then once we've got all our bottoms sorted, we're going to fold down and burnish those. So score up to there, because this is going to tuck in. And we need to cut down here. So that's going to reinforce that side. That's going to reinforce that side. And that's going to reinforce that side. Perfect. So this tucks over, and you can either leave them on the bottom. That's going to get attached and on there, and then that's going to get it, and then this will come down to reinforce those sides. Do you get my meaning? So you need this shape on this one. So I've scored 2 1/4 and then 2 1/4, making sure the big panels stay in the middle. And you need this to be scored at 1/2 inch and 2 1/4, and remove these 2 sections so they can stay on that side. Perfect. And now this is just the little box that sits on the bottom. So you're going to score this at 1 inch on the ends. Oh, excuse me. And then flick it round and score it at 1 inch. And then we're going to turn to the long side, and we're going to score this at 1, 3 1/8, 4 1/8, and 6 1/2. Is it? 6 1/4, sorry. There we go. That's all you're scoring. So you're going to take away this little square, and on this side as well. I've just nicked off the score line, and then you're going to cut down and just make sure you go all the way to the score line, and just give these little flaps the tiniest mitre. Only the little squares, don't mitre anything else. And then we'll burnish then. I like to turn this round and cut from the actual corner, so you know you've got the corner. Just need a little bit, it's only closing it up, because this little box is going to get closed all round. Remove the bits you don't need, and then just burnish all your score lines. Oh, am I doing it the wrong way, I think. I think Gaynor's done it the wrong way, but I can see a tiny little bit there that I've not nicked off. And then I've done it the wrong way, haven't I? Yeah. Oh, I'm losing my pickle today. And then you can fold that over that way, or you can fold that over that way. It doesn't matter. So we're going to glue these down. I'm using glue because I like to. You could use tape if you wanted. So I'm going to push that down. I'm just going to turn that over. Push that over. And I like to do it both ways. That way I know my box is all lying nice and flat. Perfect. So your back seam is there. So you're going to push them in. A bit like the box we did. Oh well, you won't see that yet. Like the little cigarette box I'm making. And then you can glue these down. So all your nice little seams are at the back. So that'll go off. Just check the seam is at the back. So in, add glue. You don't have to add glue. I just like to glue everything down. And then you can glue this flap. And all your seams are at the back now. So just give it a little burnish, a little bit of time to go off. Little box, beautiful. You can decide which way. And I've cut this flap to go on the top. So when you take your boxes out, you can see. And this is 2 1/8 by 3 1/8. So I've cut this gold down to 2 by 3, and then 1 7/8 by 3 7/8 for the paper. I might get some little sprigs out and decorate the little box a little bit further. So that fits on there, beautiful. Nice little border all the way around. And then this one, because it's an inch, I did 7/8 of an inch by 4. And this piece is 3/4 by 3 3/4. By 3 7/8, sorry. And that panel is just going to get popped on there. And perfect. So let's move on to this section. We are going to get glue all along that side. And you're going to put that right up close. You can show your score lines are level, and then just, whoops, plop that down. What I did was I just folded it and made sure it's right on the very end. And just give that a burnish. That's it. And then you can open it out. So these flaps and all these will go down. This will fold either underneath, inside. It's entirely up to what you would. Let's pull these flaps out of the way just for a minute. So you can either tuck them inside. I want them on the outside. They do overlap just a little bit. So if you wanted on one of them, I'm just going to remove that score line for one. and then take it off at the back. I'm just checking that score line. No, that's gone. So you can either choose to overlap them if you want. I'm just going to take a little slither off this side. And I am going to take a little bit off the length. So when that folds across, it's not impeding anywhere. So I'm going to take a little slither off of these. I'm just going to mite them gently, and I mean gently. Perfect. In fact, that's all I'm going to do. So now I'm going to glue my flaps on. Just going to keep that level right along that score line and just press that down. Choose to stand it up. Well, there it is. Use your bone folder just to push that down. You've got no overhang now, that's brilliant. And then the same on this one. Making sure that there's no overhang. So I'm just going to miter this little inner piece as well. When I can get to it. Little slither, add my glue. You can add tape. What you want to do is you want to make sure your glue goes right along the score line. Like any box, you don't want it to gape. And just keep that level on there and just press down. Don't try pushing it all the way down to the bottom. You've got to make sure that it sticks in and it's just nice and level. Just like so. Perfect. So I recommend you glue your sides down first. And you can just push that inside like that. And hence the reason we folded it instead of scoring it, because if you'd have scored the piece in half, it wouldn't have sat straight. This way it goes all the way down to the corner. Again, do that again, right along the score line. Maybe you could do this for an adult and put chocolates in there, you know, like 24 chocolates, 12 in each side. You know, the mini After 8 mints. Oh, they'd fit in there, beautiful, After 8 mint. And they could take one out every day. And you could give that to an adult and tell them every time they turn the date, they're allowed to remove a chocolate. And then what you want to do is just fold this piece in. And again, it doesn't get caught in the corners or anything. It just sits lovely. But again, you've got white glue first. That does help, doesn't it? So I'm going to attach my glue. And it helps to cover up those little pieces, the piece we had to add on. Paper's cracking. Just keep rubbing until it's all glued in. That is nice and strong. Oof. I folded my cardstock the wrong way, didn't I? And it's now not cracking, it's just give it a little bubble effect. So now your box can go in there. How perfect. Right there, we've got a little bit of a staying up there, it's not glued down. Will be now. You can choose to put your December on first. Let me get rid of these big scissors. And we've got to make our other box yet. Let's make that first. So, right, you've got this end has got 1, 2, 3, 4 little squares. Where those 4 little squares are, just cut up. And remove them. And the same on this side. You're going to remove them. You don't need them. So, oh well, it's alright. And now what you're going to do, you're going to cut down both sides of here. And then cut these in half and mitre. And you're going to do the same on this side as well. It's just like the little 2x2 boxes we made last year for our Advent. Doesn't look straight, so there we go. It's a little bit, it doesn't matter, it's just for the inside. Again, try and cut them in half and mitre to the corner. There we go. And our last one. The on and on band. I don't know what they're called. I will Google it before I put the title up. I don't know. I'll get the proper name. So you need that shape. So I'm going to take my corner round and I'm going to round the corners on these flaps. I always get bombarded with one of them. So you don't need that. But now you're going to fold and burnish your score. I always find it, I do the cutting first and then I do the folding and burnishing. And at this stage you can even add your DSP and your foil. And you're just going to basically add them to every square. Give yourself a little border. You've got the tiniest of border, but you've got one. Perfect. Perfect. You could do it while it was made if you wanted to. Two more to go. Okay, now you're open. Fingers and thumbs. Just now on our top and bottom lids. Perfect. my bone folder, make sure everything's stuck down. Right, I've got a little Swiffer cloth here, and do you know what, believe it or not, it comes right off. There we go, not too bad. So flip your box, fold, and then you can glue those together. And then I always push the other way as well, just to make sure I'm giving it a good rub down, and back that way. And then you can just fold your little box. And it fits like a glove. Look, it's cute as a button. You decide now. Right, let's get... I've also cut 2 side panels. Now these, I've cut these to 2 1/8 by 3 1/8, and these I've cut to 2 by 3. So, these are going to layer up, but these are going to go on our side. And if you noticed how I've cut that, I am going to glue this box in first and just cut up. So how do I manage to do that? Well, I'll show you now actually. I can always glue the... Let me do the December quick. So, just picking up there. Where's my pokey tool gone? There. Shall we see if we can get the whole of December on? It's going to be tight. D. E. And I'm just lining them up with the DSP that's there. Whoops. The E seems a lot bigger than the C. E. I'm not going to have enough. See what I mean? That's why I just did the DEC. And luckily these aren't stuck permanently enough yet. Thank goodness for that. I knew I wouldn't be able to get it on. So now I can permanently glue them on. So using the bottom of the DSP as a guide. They won't come off now. Don't worry about the glue that's there, it will dry clear. Whoops. That will all dry clear, don't worry about that. I know, my OCD is off. And then those little stars. Oh my goodness, they're tiny. Now look. many people have got craft fairs coming up, so love it. So this box, I'm going to glue the back sides and the underneath. And that again will make the box even stronger. Just push that in and just hold the sides up. It takes seconds to go off. So we've already got our boxes. They fit beautifully. I just want to make sure that the glue's got a bit more to go off there and there. Just holding them into place for a minute. Then I'll show you how to decorate the sides. In 2 seconds. Just takes a bit to go off, that's all. But while we're doing that, waiting for that, I'm going to sit my thingy on top. Let's glue these numbers on. So, doesn't matter where you start, just try and keep all your numbers in a straight line. They go off really quick. There's that horrible number 2. But I've improvised. You could always use little your own normal dies. So I've got 0, 2, 4 and 6. Oh, 6. And we always need an extra 1. And we've got our extra 1 and 2 on there as well. And then we've got our number 8. And what I like to do is just flick it and keep them all straight. So you've got 2, 4, 6, and back at 6, 8. And where am I? I put the number 1 on. Oh, there we go. That's my first number on. So 1, and I've done that the wrong way. 8, and then all the way round. Let's see if that's glued down now. Yeah, mainly. So, scissors. We're going to need our long ones. Just going to cut. I'm going to add more glue to that in a minute. I'm just going to cut from this corner here to that corner there. Then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to cut from the corner down to there. And it looks so cute. It's really cute. Isn't that sweet? Oh, now it's come together. So you could have the numbers that way, or you could have them just on the top. Let's get number, say 15. You could have them on the top. You could have them on the side. You could have it whichever way you look at it. If you're going to have it on a mantelpiece, I'd make sure the numbers were showing at the front. Perfect. So right, let me show you the paper. So I'm going to add my cardstock on there, but I'm going to lift it up just a fraction and pull out just a, I'm going to give it like 1/4 of an inch all around, but making sure it's level there as it is there. Yep. And then I'm going to snip up. And then when I put it back down, I've got my perfect little square attached. So with my DSP, that's going to fit there lovely. But again, I'm going to lift up just a touch and come up to that. I'm lifting it up to there, so it's got the gap. Flick it round, and then I'm going to cut across there. And then I want to pull it down. It's layered up beautifully. Nice little border. It's not the perfect line, but it's better than what I did the first time. No, I'm joking. You don't even have to decorate the sides if you don't want to. I just think it looks cute. Let's see if we can get this side a bit better. So again, a nice little border we've got there, look. Goes right up to that point. Whoops. So I'm going to lift it up and pull it across. And then I can cut that. I'm going from the corner. Down to there. And then when you move that back, see, you've got that tiny little border. Oops, I can't see anything with this light. That's it. You've got that beautiful little space there. Perfect. So now I'm going to do the same with this. So we've got our nice little border, as you can see. So I'm going to fetch this up a touch and to the edge. And again, I'm going to cut from the corner. And then when we pull this back, we've got our nice little border all the way round. How cute. Perfect. And then we can just glue it to the side of our box. You've got to do it on the right side, otherwise. And I suppose you could spin it round and do it and just cut it. But I prefer to do it like this. Just to make sure. Come on over. There we go. Where's my little swipper cloth? So we've got decoration on the sides. How sweet. Look, this is curled. There we go, a little snip. There we go. Our boxes are done. Let me just have a look. I'm going to try and find a little bit of decoration, see what I've got. Oh, that is just, oh, isn't that cute as a button? Apart from the two. But they are just gorgeous. You can decorate the back. I don't see the point. You could even add some ribbon on the back if you wanted to hang that on a wall somewhere. How gorgeous are they? Love them. So, 2 minutes. I'm going to grab my... What shall I grab? Let's grab my little sprig punch. And have we got any? Oh, I'll use these bits here. I'm not going to go getting anything too wasteful. Yes, I got a hole punch out of that. So you could just have that behind on the box. Have yourself a couple. See if I can get another one. Perfect. Let me pick that up wherever it's gone. There we go. Oh. So I'm going to glue another one on the back. And then I can glue one either side. Didn't decorate the other one, but why not? Oh, look at that, a mucky pop. Me, not them. Switcheroo. Aren't they cute? Oh, I think I know what I've got now coming up. Don't squeeze. Where have they gone? I've got some little red gems here. I could put one either side. How cute! So there's that one. I won't be using those. So you can choose to just glam it up with the actual glitter. I think that one is absolutely gorgeous. I haven't put anything on this one. And then this one, I just, as you can see now, I just spruced it up with some little gems and some little sprigs. You could perhaps, I've got a poinsettia die. Perhaps that would look nice on there. With a little poinsettia in the centre. I've also got, oops, let me just pop that away. These beautiful little gems I bought today. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's take a red one and just pop that in there. Either side of the December. Oh, that is so cute. I'll just splash a colour on here. Aren't they sweet? That is lovely. I love that. I love it. Which one do you prefer? Oh, that is just so cute. And like I say, pop it in a cello bag or tie a big bow round it and sell them on craft fairs. Oh my goodness. You'd outsell them all, I reckon. Just for the month of December. A little early present for somebody to give to somebody else. Love it. I would love a thumbs up and a share. That would also be amazing. If you like the project, please, and want to see me make more stuff, please don't forget to press the subscribe button along with the bell. I do post videos every day whilst able, which has been for the past 3 years. So if you want to come and see what I make tomorrow, don't forget, like I say, press the little bell, you get a notification. So thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye.